A new clan capital district, the Goblin Mine, brings a brand new defense alongside a ton of changes coming in this Clash of Clans update. This district is unlocked by upgrading your capital hall to level 9. This district only goes to a max level of 4, similar to that of the Skeleton Park. Once unlocked, you will obtain 3 new Goblin Throwers and 3 new Spear Traps at level 1. Of course, you'll get other defenses and traps as you get new stuff and upgrade the district. You will also unlock new offensive buildings that we're going to talk more about tomorrow, so a sub to the channel would be golden. As you upgrade, you will get more and more spear traps. At max level, this is what the district will look like, having 4 goblin throwers alongside 6 spear traps. However, take note of the layout with the water in the mountains making pathing somewhat difficult for troops while still giving some nice entry points. Of course, another thing to keep in mind is the rails. On defense, you will not be able to place walls or buildings on these rail tiles. So this means they will be an obstacle for base builders, which will be really interesting to see how people will defend attacks with this obstacle. Now let's talk about the new main defense, the Goblin Thrower. It will launch barrels of spear goblins at your troops, dealing a small bit of damage upon impact. But once it hits your troops, it will spawn 3 spear goblins. Each goblin thrower will come preloaded with 5 barrels, as you can see visually on the defense. Once all 5 have been thrown, it will deactivate for the attack and will not shoot any more barrels until the next attack. However, if you destroy it before it shoots all 5 barrels, then it will spawn all the leftover spear goblins depending on how many barrels were left. So try not to destroy them until all 5 barrels have been used. While the Goblin Thrower only attacks ground units, the spear goblins that spawn from it can attack both air and ground units. Despite this, they are very easy to counter by any splash troop, such as super dragons or super wizards, but are also weak to the lightning spells. The new spear trap is a brand new trap that will send spears at your troops, dealing quite a bit of damage, and will target both air and ground units. However, in order for this trap to go off, it must have a housing space of at least 8 to be triggered. So you can't use 1 Super Barbarian or 1 Battle Ram, which will have pretty much no effect on this trap. Of course, outside of that, it will shoot up to 7 spears at max level, so it can stack up and do quite a bit of damage. And it can also pierce other units who are invisible, such as the sneaky archers. So basically, it's another counter to them, but this time you can't see it. So there is definitely going to be a bit of a nerf to the sneaky archer rage attack with this trap. Additionally, we have some clan capital changes for you to be aware of. Capital Hall 8 to Capital Hall 10 will have a higher upgrade requirement due to Skeleton Park and Goblin Mines. This does not affect the Capital Gold, but rather the amount of buildings you have to upgrade. The Capital Gold storage is also being buffed from 25,000 to 35,000, making it easier for you to upgrade, especially at lower levels, so you can get to higher capital levels a little bit easier. The Capital Jump spell is being buffed down to 1 housing space. This is perfect to use in any attack to really set up that following one if you need to jump over walls. However, of course, if you need a lightning spell, then that is of course going to be better. And of course, clan capital bases now have base links, so you no longer have to use the traditional way of building bases, and now you can just share them with your clanmates in the clan chat or be able to share them with other people around the world. That's not all. We also have a new event coming to the home village, introducing the Goblin Builder Event. This brings a Goblin 4-man to help with both upgrade and research tasks. Unlocked at Town Hall 7, if you have all 5 builders, not including the 6th builder Bob, you'll gain access to the Goblin Builder to help with extra tasks in both the laboratory and on your home base. This starts October 11th, so you don't miss out. You'll actually be able to find his workbench right next to the trader, and bringing him up will give you a brief tutorial when you click on him. Of course, when all builders are occupied, he will step in as your extra 6th or 7th builder to upgrade anything. Builder potions will still work with him, though keep in mind that he can only upgrade one building at a time, so he does not switch off like the Master Builder. However, there is a cost for using him. It will take gems to upgrade buildings with the Goblin Builder, so the gem cost will be dependent on the construction time of the upgrade. So the longer the upgrade time, the higher the gem cost. This does include walls, where they have a near instant upgrade, but they're still going to cost at least 10 gems. Boosts from the gold pass will also reduce the gem cost. So using my creator code CorruptYT, is a good way to take advantage of this in purchasing the gold pass. Now, it will still require resources to upgrade buildings with the Goblin Builder. However, if you decide on refunding, it will not refund the gems, but instead just refund the resources at 50%. So you want to use this wisely. Outside of that, any unfinished buildings towards the end of the event will still upgrade even after the event ends, so that way you can basically take advantage of this right before it ends, so you can have an upgrade that goes on a little bit longer than it should. It won't get canceled, which is really nice. You'll also gain a Goblin Researcher, similar to that of the Goblin Builder in almost every aspect, except it really will help with the laboratory in allowing you to have not just one laboratory upgrade, but two. Finally, we have some quality of life changes and bug fixes in this update. All of the troop and defense info screens have been redone, and they have an easier and cleaner feel. Alongside that, they have some preview animations, which are really cool to showcase just exactly what they do, and for troops, what are their weaknesses and what are their strengths. This is perfect for new players who are getting into the game and are really confused on what any troop or defense even does. If your village is considered rushed, you might get a notification when you upgrade your town hall, recommending that you upgrade your offensive troops, spells, and heroes. This shouldn't really affect rushing in the game, but it'll give you a reminder that the next town hall level is going to be pretty difficult to attack at. The event UI has been moved into its own UI button that you can find right next to the gold pass or silver pass icon. Of course, this is going to just make finding challenges or events a lot easier right there. The lab UI has also been improved, providing a tooltip that shows suggested lab upgrades similar to how builders are, and similar to that, the gem cost to complete a current upgrade will be in the laboratory, similar to if all the builders were busy. You also have a little indication on how much time is left in a upgrade on the laboratory on the troop that you are upgrading. It will glow to let you know that that is the troop that you are upgrading in the lab. Finally, we also have a fix to the clan castle deployment speed bug if you had under 10 troops within it. This means that super archer blimps and blizzards will more than likely be a little bit easier to defend, so have fun with that.